if you're lucky in whatever you do, there will be people out there that will let you off the hook and will connect with you and answer your questions and help you out with what you're doing, even if you haven't built the relationship. But there are that many more that are saying, you know what, I don't really know you yet. And one of the things that certainly was not taught in journalism school, and I don't think is taught just in general in business school or whatever degree someone has, is just the importance of connecting with people. And so I would like to believe that if I spend the time and the effort in connecting and building that relationship with whoever it is, whether it be the star of the team, the CEO, whether it be that role player, that once you build that foundation, and this is the foundation of everything, it's so much easier to do your job. It is so much easier to connect with someone, to be able to have that trust, to be able to have that back and forth. When you go talk to any leader in the sports world, no different than the business world, they're going to say the same things. There has to be a back and forth. There has to be a level of trust. Until there is that level of trust, you don't have that free-flowing connection and communication. And that's certainly true with clients, that's true with colleagues, that's true across the board. And so one of the things that took me the better part, I would say, of 12 to 13 years, halfway now into my television career, was understanding how to find a common bond, how to find a connection with the superstar athletes. And how many times are people out there saying, how am I going to get this business? How am I going to find a way to connect with this potential client when I have nothing in common with them? And the reality of it is, we have something in common with everyone, but you have to find it, and you can't be scared of it. And so what I've learned is that the superstars in sports may have bigger bank accounts. They may not be able to walk down the street because they're going to get mobbed by fans everywhere, and they're living life in the fast lane, so to speak. They're still human beings. They're still people. They're still going home to pay the bills, and that might seem a lot easier because we all wish that we had that many zeros in our, in our paychecks, right? But they're still human beings. They want human touches. They want to be able to be treated like a normal person. And so no one ever told me how to treat a superstar. And so I treated superstars by putting them on a pedestal. I treated superstars by looking up to them. And so often I would walk up and just say, hey, could I grab you for an interview? And sometimes they let you off the hook. How often in business would you walk up to someone and say, hey, can I have your business, before building the relationship, right? But how often do we in life just ask for stuff? And how often do we skip that important step of just building that trust? Or maybe offering something back in return. One of the things that I try to do, and this is hard to think about too, but in the world of sports, if I'm living in a world where all these younger athletes that are getting closer to my kids' age at this point have all the money that they could possibly want, what do you offer someone like that? But it's amazing what happens when you could just offer the little things. Maybe it's an interesting picture that they didn't see that somebody took that they can send back home to their family in the Dominican Republic. Maybe it's sharing that interview with them because they didn't get a chance to see it and they know that their mom back at home in Venezuela might want to see it. Maybe it's just introducing them to someone that they might want to know. I mean, we all can provide value for someone that we perceive as being more accomplished or a bigger deal or whoever it might be. Anyone that we have deemed as unobtainable in terms of a relationship, there's always a way. But what I've learned is that you don't have to have everything in common with that person. One of the things that I like to tell audiences is that, okay, maybe I'm supposed to be able to interview and connect with these athletes, but we're at a point now where they may be half my age, grew up in a different country, speak a different language. I'm just at this point some old guy that's on TV to them. So how do I figure out a way to connect with them? And it's amazing what happens, and this is true in any walk of life, when you just start asking about people. Start with the family. Find out about their background, where they're from, what's their favorite music, what about a movie, what's a hobby. And then suddenly you have something to talk about all the time. And it doesn't have to be and shouldn't be about business all the time either. So little touches here and there, and just finding ways to make that connection, provide value, and just build a foundation of trust.